Welcome everyone. In today's session, we will see about the inheritance concept in JavaScript. So, what is inheritance? So, what is the benefit and why do we use inheritance? So, basically, we know that let's take an example of class A. We know that every class has some methods and variables. And let's take an example of class B that is also having some methods and variables. So inheritance is mainly used for reusability and to avoid the duplication of code. For example, here let's say I want to access the methods and variables of class A from the class B object, right? So if I want to use the class A methods and class A variables from the object of class B, then I can use the inheritance concept, right? So in a inheritance, acquiring all the properties means variables, so basically acquiring all the properties and behaviors, that is also known as methods, from parent class to child class, right? So for example, here the class B is a child class, right, and class A is a parent class. So we have to use the extends keyword. So once we use the extend keyword, so for example, if you say class B extends class A, then what we are doing, basically what we are doing is class B is acquiring or class B is getting all the methods and variables of class A, that is parent class, right? So class B will contain its own methods and variables, as well as class B will also able to access the methods and variables of class A as well, right? So this is the basically use of inheritance. And class A is also known as parent class and class B is known as child class, or class A is also known as superclass and class B is known as subclass, and class A is also known as base class, where class B is known as derived class, right? So whenever we acquire the properties of parent class, properties and behavior, so properties is variables and behavior is method, so acquiring the properties and behavior from the parent to the child is known as inheritance. And how do we inherit those properties and behavior? By using the extend keyword. So there is class A and there is class B. So whenever we write class B extends class A, that means we are acquiring the properties and behavior of class A into class B. And why do we do that? So basically it is used mainly for reusability and avoid the duplication of code. Here class A is a parent class, whereas class B is known as child class. Now we will see what is the main benefit of inheritance. So for example, let's say there is one class called as a Sony Mobile, right? So Sony Mobile is one class or one module we can say, and that class is having around 50 methods which are implemented in the class Sony Mobile. Similarly, there is a class Nokia Mobile, and that class Nokia Mobile is also having the 50 methods which are implemented in that class. And class Samsung Mobile is also there, and that class is also having, let's say, 50 methods, right? So total how many methods are implemented along with in these three classes? So we can say there are around 150 methods, correct? And let's say for one method it takes around 1 hour, then how much time it will require to implement the 150 methods? It will need around 150 hours time, correct? But by using the concept of inheritance, what we can do, we can simply extract or identify the 30 methods which are common across all the three classes. So if you see Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile, there will be, let's say, 30 methods which are common, right, which are common for all the three classes. So we have to identify those 30 methods and we can write all those 30 methods in class mobile. So we can say the class mobile is a parent class which will contain the 30 methods which are common for all the three mobile classes, right? And then we can create the Sony mobile class, right? So we can create the class Sony mobile and we can have the 20 methods which are very specific to the Sony mobile class, and that Sony mobile class will extend the mobile class. So how it will extend, it can be extended by using extend keyword. So Sony mobile is going to be a child class and mobile class is going to be a parent class. So Sony mobile will have its own method, that is 20 methods, and it will also extend the 30 methods from class mobile. Similarly for Nokia mobile and Samsung mobile as well. So they will have 20 methods each, and whatever the common methods are there, they are all placed in one common class, that is class mobile. So by using this approach, we can simply say how many methods we have implemented here. So basically, if we calculate, it's around 90 methods, right? So earlier we have to implement the 150 methods, and now we have reduced that methods, or we can say we can reduce the time of implementation or writing that methods to 90 hours, right? So this is the main benefit of using inheritance in programming. We can avoid the duplication of code, as well as we can reuse some code, right? So we don't have to write this 20 methods, 30 methods which are common across all the three classes every time for the different classes, right? So we can just identify and write those methods only once in one parent class, that is class mobile, and we can simply access those methods by using inheritance, or we can say by using the extends keyword. So whenever the Sony mobile class extends mobile, then it can access the common methods as well and its own 20 methods as well, right? So this is how we can get the benefit of using the inheritance, right? So now we can say there are some type of inheritance. For example, if class A is a single parent class and class B is a single child class, right? So this is one-on-one relationship. This is also known as single inheritance, in which class A is a parent class and class B is a child class. Here class B acquires all the properties and methods of class A, right? So class B is a child class which is extending the class A, and class B can acquire the properties and methods of class A whenever we extend the class B from class A. This is known as a single inheritance, where there is only one child and one parents, right? So similarly, there is multiple inheritance as well. For example, let's take an example. Let's say class A is a parent class, whereas class B is a child of class A. That means class B extends class A. So class B object can access all the methods and variables of class A as well, right? That is class B is a child of class A. Now let's say class C is the child of class B. That means class C extending class B. So here class B acts as a parent and class C acts as a child. And class C is extending class B. That means class C can access the methods and variables of class B as well as class A, because class B is extending class A. That means class C can extend the property and methods of class B as well and class A as well. And at the same time, it can also access the methods and properties of class C, or you can say the same class as well, right? So this is known as multi-level inheritance. And we also have hierarchical inheritance. What is hierarchical inheritance? So let's say there is a one class, that is class A, that is a parent class, and there is a class B and class C. Class B and class C both are the child of class A. So there is one single parent, that is class A, which is having two children, that is class B and class C. Here class B extends class A and class C also extends class A. That means class B object can also access the methods and variables of class A, and class C objects also can also access the methods and variables of class A whenever we use extend keyword on class B and class C, right? So what is hierarchical inheritance? So basically single parent class is having more than one child classes, that is known as hierarchical inheritance, and all these three inheritance are possible in JavaScript. There is one more type of inheritance, but that multiple inheritance. So basically whenever the single class, we can say here the single child is having more than one parent classes. So class A is there, class B is also there. Class A is a parent class, class B is also parent class, and class C is inherited the class A as well as class B, but this is multiple inheritance is not possible or not supported in JavaScript. So right, so multiple inheritance is when one class inherits the multiple classes. It is known as multiple inheritance. But this is not supported in JavaScript. So in JavaScript, basically we support only these three type of inheritance. That is single inheritance, where single child and single parents are there. There is a multi-level inheritance where class A is having class B as a child and class B is having class C as a child. And it also supports hierarchical inheritance where single parent can have multiple child, but it JavaScript don't support the multiple inheritance in which single child is having multiple parents, right? So one parent class can have multiple childs, that is known as multi-level that is known as hierarchical inheritance, where single parent is having multiple childs, that is supported. But JavaScript does not support when there is a single child which is inherited by multiple parents, right? So that is multiple inheritance, and multiple inheritance is simply not supported in JavaScript. Now we will see practically the concept of inheritance, right? So we will see how inheritance, we can work with the inheritance in JavaScript. So now I am going to create one file in Visual Studio Code. Let's name that file as inheritance demo.js. Correct. So we have created now one file, that is inheritance demo.js. In this file we are going to create one class. Let's say I'm going to create class A, and in this class we can simply have one variable. Let's A is equal to 1000. So this is the class variable present in class A having the value of 1000. Similarly, this class A can have one method. So let's define one method, that is display, and let's simply print. So this method, whenever it is called, it will simply print, let's say, hello AA, right? So this method will print hello AA whenever this display method is called. Now we have created one class, that is class A. Now let's create one more class. Let's name that class as a B, and this class will also contain one variable. Let's say B is equal to 2000, and this class will also contain one method. Let's name that method as show, and it will print console.log hello BB. Right, so we have one class A which is having one class variable with value of 1000, and which is having one method, that is display. Similarly, we have class B, right? So class B is having one variable of 2000 value, that is B, and it is also having one method, that is show method, that will print hello BB. Now what we will do, make we will simply make the class B as a child of class A. So what we can do, we can use the extend keyword. So I will simply use class B extends A, right? So now class B is extending class A. Correct. What does that mean? So basically whatever the properties, or we can say the variable and method, are present in class A, that can be accessed by class B object as well, because now class B acts as a child of class A. Correct. So now object of class B can access the properties and methods of class A as well. Class B object can access the properties and methods of the class B as well and class A as well, right? So it can access the methods and properties of its own classes, and also it can access from the parent class as well, because class B is a child class or derived class of class A, and class A is a parent class, or we can say a super class, right? Now let's create one object. Now I'm going to create of object, let's say B obj, that is object of class B, new B, and let's try to access B obj dot, let's try to access the property, that is class variable of class A, right? So let's try to access B obj dot A. So we are going to print console.log B obj is an object of class B, and we are trying to access the property of class A from class B's object, right? Similarly, we can also call the method, for example B obj dot. Now I am trying to access the method of class A, right? So display method is present in class A, right? So let's try to access that. Similarly, at the same time, we can also access, first let's save the file and let's run the file. So I'm going to terminal and command is node, file name is inheritance demo.js. Right, so whenever we executed the file, it printed 1000. So 1000 is a value of a. So object of class b is able to access the is able to access the property or class variable of class a, that is parent class. And similarly, it called the method display, right? So we have called the display method here, right? So which is present in class a, right? By using the class b object, we can access the method of class a as well. So it printed hello a, right? So this is how we can use to extend. So basically we have extended the class b from class a, right? So class a is a parent class and class b is a child class. Similarly, we can also create, so b obj can access the own variable as well. So if we want to print, let's say console.log bobj.b, and let's call the method of bobj.show method. So show method is present in class a, its own class, right? So we can simply save this and we can run the file, right? So it will print the value of 2000, that is the class variable of class b, and it printed the hello baby, that is made from the method show, right? So we can simply say class b is a child class of class a. So because we extended the class b from a, so class b is a child class a is a parent class, and class b object can access the properties and method of class a as well by using single inheritance, right? This is the example of single inheritance. Now let's say one more example of multi-level inheritance. So I'm going to create one new file. Let's say multi-level demo.js. Now in this file again, let's create one class. Let's say class a. Class a will have some variable value as, let's say, a is equal to 300. Let's create the method display method. What display method will do, it will simply print, let's say, console.log hello a, right? So class a. Now let's create one more class, that is class b, that is extends. Basically we are going to make class b as a child of class a, right? So what is multi-level inheritance? So class b extends a, and class b, let define one variable, let's say b is equal to 300, let's b is equal to 400, and this class will also have one method. So let's name some method, for example, let's say show method. So what show method will do, let's say it will simply print console.log hello bb, right? So class b extending class a, that means class b is child of class a, where class a is a parent class. So class b object can access the properties and methods of class a. Now let's create one more class. Let's name that class c, and now class c is going to be extend, let's say b, right? Class c extending class b. So here class b is acting as a parent of class c, and class c is a child of class b. Now in class c, let's define one variable. Let's say c is equal to 500, and let's give one method as, let's say, print content. This method will simply print, let's say, console.log hello cc. And so what we have done, basically we have created one class a, that is a parent class, class b, that is a child class because it is extending class a. So class b is a child of class a. Similarly, we have created one class c that extends class b. That means class c is a child of class b, right? But as class c is a child of class b and class b is a child of class a, that means the object of class C can access the property and methods of class B as well as class A as well. Right, now let's see that. So I'm going to create one object, let's say C object of class C. Let's say C obj is equal to new C. So this is the object of class C, and by using this object we can simply access, let's say C obj console.log C obj dot, we can access the property that is C obj dot b, so that should print 400. We can also access the property of class A as well, because class C is a child of class B and class B also child of class A. So let's try to access A as well. So A is the property of class A, right? So it should print the value of 300. Similarly, we can also access the methods as well. So for example, this C obj, that is object of class C, can also access the method of class B, that is show method, right? So show method will simply print hello bb, and C object, that is the class of C, can also access the display method that is present in class A, that is the parent of class B as well, that should print hello A, right? Now let's save the file and let's run the file. What is the file name? So our file name is node multi-level demo.js, right? So it printed that, correct? So it is printing 400, that is the property of class B. It is also printing 300, that is acquired from class A, and it has also printed hello bb, that is the display method, that is the show method in class B, and it has also printed hello A, that is display method from class A. So this is how multi-level inheritance works. So basically class C, which is the child of class B, as well as class A, because class B is a child of class A. So whenever we create the object of class C, that object can access the properties and methods of class B as well and class A as well, right? Similarly, if we create the class B object, then that class B object can access only the property and methods of class A, because child can access the properties or methods of parent, but parent cannot access the child's properties or methods. That we have to remember, right? So this is the example of multi-level inheritance. Now let's say one more example of hierarchical inheritance. So I'm going to create one more file. Let's name that file as hiera.js. Now I'm going to create one class, let's say class A, that is having one variable, that is A is equal to, let's say 100, and one method, that is display method, which will simply print console.log hello A. Now what is hierarchical inheritance? So hierarchical inheritance, we will have one parent class, and that parent class can have more than one child classes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one class B that will be child of class A. In that we will have one variable, let's say b is equal to 200, and one method, that is, let's say show method, that will simply print, let's say bb, right? So class B is a child of class A. Now we will again create one more class, let's say class C, that will also extend the same parent, that is class A. Let's define one variable, c is equal to, let's say 400, and one method, let's say print data, or simply we can say print message, and that print message will simply display console.log hello cc. Right, so here we have created one class A, that is parent class. Class B and class C both are extending the class A. That means class B object can access the property and methods of class A. Similarly, class C object can also access the methods and property of class A. Now let's create the object of class B and class C. So I am going to create the object of class B first. Let's say B is equal to, or we can simply say B obj is equal to new B, and we are also going to create, let's say, C obj is equal to new C. Right, so B obj is the object of B class and C obj is the object of C class, and both our classes are child classes of parent class, that is A class. Now let's try to access, let's say, B dot, or we can say B obj dot show method. So show method is present in, sorry, we have to access the display method, right? We are going to access the parent method, so let's access display method from B object, and similarly let's access C objects display method, right? So we are accessing the parent class method from object of B class and as well as object of C class. Both should print the hello AA message, right? Now let's save the file and let's run the file. So what is command node HIERA, that is file name dot .js, right? So it printed hello AA. That means object of class B and class C are able to access the methods of class A as well. Similarly, it can be able to access the properties as well. So we can also access properties of parent class to the child classes as well. So this is the example of hierarchical inheritance. So we have seen all the example, that is single inheritance, then we have seen the multi-level inheritance, and we have also seen the hierarchical inheritance, correct? So let's revise once again. Right, so this is in JavaScript. Basically there is three types. First one is single inheritance, where there is a single parent and single child, and this child is extending the parent class. In multi-level inheritance, one class is having one child, and that child acts as a parent of another class. So class C extending class B, and class B is extending class A. Similarly, we can have hierarchical inheritance, in which one parent class can have more than one child classes. Right, so class B and class C are child classes of class A. Right, so this is the concept of inheritance. Now we are going to see one more concept, that is method overriding. Right, so what is method overriding? So basically, if you see, class A is having, or we can simply take the example of our first example, that is inheritance demo, right? So in this example we have seen that class A is a parent class and class B is a child class, right? And class A is having one method, that is display method, right? And in some scenarios, this class B is a child class which have extended from class A can be able to access the display method, right? But let's say I want to have one more display method in child class, and that display method should have some another implementation. That means that display method in the present in the child class should have the same definition. That means when we see a definition of method, that means the name, type of arguments and number of arguments are going to be the same, right? So class B will also have the display method, but with some different implementation. So definition is going to same, but the body will be different, right? So if we want such scenario, we have to use method overriding concept, right? So in method overriding, we can recreate or we can modify the implementation of the method which is present in parent class, and we can simply implement that same method of same definition in our child class. So whenever we use or whenever we call the method from the child class object, that will override the method implementation of parent class, right? So how we can do that? Now let's say one more example. So let's create one new file. So I'm going to create one more file. Let's name it as method overriding demo.js, right? So in the example we will see how we can use with method overriding. So now I am going to create one class. So I'm going to create one class. Let's name that class as a class shape, right? So class shape is having one method. Now let's say class shape is having one method, that is draw method. And what draw method will print? It will simply print console.log I am drawing generic shape. So we have defined one class shape that has one method of name draw, and that is printing I am drawing generic shape. Now I'm going to create one child class to the shape class. So I'm just going to create, let's say, class square, which extends shape class. So here class square is extending the shape class. That means the square class object can access the methods and properties of class shape as well. Now I'm going to create, let's say, for square class I want to use the same draw method, but this draw method should not print the generic shape. So I want to change the implementation of the draw method in our child class, right? In our square class, that is the child of shape class. So how we can do that? So to do that we have to simply use, so definition is going to be the same. The method name definitions means, method definition means method name, type of arguments and number of arguments. That needs to be the exactly same as parent class, but the implementation is going to be a different. So in the draw method which we have implemented in square class, I will be typing basically I am drawing square shape. So it should print the square shape whenever we call this method, right? Similarly I can also create one more class, let's say class circle, that is also extends shape class, that is also child of shape class. And this class is also going to have the same method definition, that is draw method, but the implementation is going to be a different, right? So whenever we call the draw method from object of class circle, what it should print? It should basically print I am drawing circle shape, right? So we have created one class shape that is having one method, that is draw method, that is printing I am drawing generic shape. And we have two child classes, basically square and circle are child classes, are of class shape, because we have used extend keyword here. And that is also having the same method definition, that is draw method, in both the classes, but the implementation is different, right? So now let's create the object. Basically let's create one object. Let's say let's create the object of square class. So I'm going to create, let's say, sqr object is equal to new square. So this will the object of square class, and let's try to call, let's say, sqr obj dot, whenever we will call the draw method. So which method it will call? So basically it will call the draw method of square class. So it will print, what it will print, it should print square shape, right? So it should print this statement, because it is overriding, because this draw method is overriding the method which is in parent class, right? Correct. So this is the concept of method overriding. Similarly we can also, let's say, create one object of circle class. So I'm just going to create sir obj is equal to new circle, and by using the object of circle class, that is the child of shape class, right? So we can simply call the draw method here as well. And this time what it will print, it is basically print the I am drawing circle shape, because we are calling the draw method by using object of circle class, right? Now let's save the file and let's run the file. node. What is the command? That is method overriding demo.js. Right, so we can see here it has printed I am drawing square shape. That is the statement from draw method of square class, and also printed the statement of I am drawing circle shape, right? That is from the circle class draw method. Right, so what we have done, we have used a method overriding concept here. The methods which are in child class, so if you see, the parent class is also having the draw method, and child class is also having the draw method. But whenever we have created the object of square class and we have used the draw method, we have called the draw method, it has overridden the method of the parent class. So whenever we have called the draw method, it overrides the parent class method, right? So it does not print I am having generic shape. So what it printed, it printed that I am drawing square shape. So this is the concept of method overriding, right? And method overriding is possible in whenever we use the interface, basically inheritance, sorry. So whenever we use inheritance, then only method overriding is possible. So method overriding is used to recreate or implement the method in child class having the same definition as the parent class, and it will override the method implementation of the parent class. So whenever we call the method in the child class by using the object of that specific child class, then it will implement or it will recreate the method of that specific child class, right? So this is how we can use method overriding concept, and it is possible only in inheritance. Now we have seen the method overriding as well. Now there is one more concept of super keyword. So now we will see why and how the super keyword is used. So basically super keyword is also used during the inheritance, and super keyword is used to refer the parent class basically. Now I'm just going to create one more file. Let's name that file as superdemo.js. Right, so I'm going to create one class, let's say class vehicle, and this class vehicle is going to have one constructor. So what constructor is used? So constructor is automatically invoked whenever the object of that class is created, right? So whenever the object of vehicle class is created, the constructor will be automatically invoked to initialize the data, right? So I'm going to create one constructor, and this constructor in this constructor we are passing, let's say I'm going to pass one color, right? We are going to pass the color of the vehicle, and I'm going to assign that value. Let's say this dot color is equal to color. So this keyword is used to refer the current class, right? So to assign the value of the color, because this color is a local variable and we are assigning this color variable value to class variable by using this keyword. This keyword refers to the class, right? Now we have created one constructor, right? Now I'm going to create one more method. Let's say that method will be print color method. This method will simply print, it will simply print the color value. So it will simply print this dot color. This represent the class variable, or we can say it refers the belongs to the class. Right, now I'm going to create, let's say one more class. For example, let's say class car, and this class car is going to extend the vehicle class. So car class is a child class of vehicle class. Now in this car class, or we can say the car class which is child of vehicle class, is also having one constructor. Whenever the object of the car class is going to be created, the constructor will be automatically invoked, and we are passing two parameters in the constructor of car class. What are those parameters? First one is color, and next is brand. So brand of a car. Right, now we are passing color parameter here, right? So from the child constructor, now this is car class, extend the class vehicle. So class vehicle is a parent class and car class is a child class, and by using super keyword we can invoke the constructor of a vehicle class. So for example, the color which we are passing here, we can simply by using super keyword, so we can pass this color into the super keyword, or we can say super method, and this super keyword refers to the parent class. So super keyword is used to refer to the parent class, and it will pass this color value to the constructor of our parent class, that is parent of car class. It will invoke, or whenever the constructor of car class is invoked and we are passing the color parameter, we are passing that parameter in super method, and super method will refer to the class parent, that is class vehicle parent class, and it will pass that color value to the constructor of parent class, right? So similarly, we can also create one variable, that is this dot brand, because we have not created this variable anywhere, right? So this dot brand is a variable specific to class car, right? So this dot brand is a class variable, and we are assigning the value which we are getting as a parameter in constructor, right? So this is the local value that we are assigning to the class value or class variable value of car class, right? Similarly, now I'm going to create one more method, let's say drive method, and this drive method will simply print, it will simply print driving plus plus, let's say give some space, and again plus, it will print the brand, right? So whatever brand value we are passing as a car, so it will print this dot brand. And now we are going to create one more method in car class, that is, let's say display car info. So display car info method will print all the details. So from the display car info method which is present in car class, we are going to call this dot print color method. So print color method is present in which class? That is present in class vehicle, right? But we can access that print color method from class car as well, because car class is a child class of vehicle class, and we know that the child class can access the properties and methods of parent class, right? So print color method is accessible by car class as well. So we are just simply going to call this dot print color method, right? So this dot print color method, and we are also going to call, let's say this dot drive method which we have created in our car class, right? So here we have used super keywords. Why we have used super keywords? So whenever we will create, let's say object of car class, so whenever we will create the object of car class, it will invoke the constructor, right? And in that constructor we are passing color and brand, right? So brand value we will be assigning to the class variable of car class, and color value we have to pass, because the parent class is also having the color in constructor, right? So it is also having the constructor parameter of color, right? So we are simply passing the color to the parent constructor by using super keyword. So super keyword is used to refer the parent class, and it is also possible in inheritance, right? So super keyword, by using super keyword we are connecting, or we can simply calling the parent class constructor from the child class constructor, and we are passing the color value to the parent class constructor, and that is going to be assigned, right? So this value got assigned to the class variable here. Now let's save the file, and let's call the method of display car info from the object of car class. So that method will automatically call the print color method which is present in parent class, and that is accessed via the object of car class object, that is child class object. And we will also that display car info will also invoke, or we also call the drive method which is present in child class, that is car class. So let's create one object of car class, that is car obj is equal to new car. So this is the object of car class, and let's call the simply one method, that is car obj dot display car info, right? Display car info. But here we have to add one more thing. Whenever we are creating the object of car class, if you see the constructor, right? See, in constructor we have to pass two values here, that is color and brand. So I'm going to pass the color as black and brand as, let's say, Ford, right? So we are passing the color of car as a black and brand as a Ford while creating the object of car class. So whenever the object is going to be created, we are invoking the constructor of child class and we are passing the color and brand, right? So brand is going to assign to the class variable and color is going to be assigned to the super keyword or super method that will be invoking the constructor of parent method. So this color will be passed to the constructor of parent class, right? And that will be assigned the value as a color and that will print. So that color will be going to be used in print color method. So if you see here, it will print the print color method that will use this dot color value, right? Similarly, whenever we call the this dot drive method, right? So with display car info will also call the drive method. So drive method will simply print driving this dot brand, that is that will print the brand value and which value we have passed, that is Ford, right? Now let's save the file. Let's open the terminal, new terminal, and what is the command? Node, and what is the file name? That is super demo.js. I think there is some error. Let's see. So method name here is display car info, and while okay, so if you see here, there is a small spelling mistake. So we have, it should be a capital C. We have used the small case letter, right? So I'm just going to use capital letter. Let's save the file and let's run the file one more time. So let's use node superdemo.js, right? So it is printing the black value because we have called the print color method, right? So what is the color we have passed? That is black, and the brand name which we have passed, that is Ford, right? So whenever we call the this dot drive method, it is printing driving and this dot brand name, that is Ford, right? So this is how we can use the super keyword in JavaScript during the inheritance, right? So this is the concept of super keyword. So we have seen the inheritance. We have also seen the type of inheritance, that is single level, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. We have also seen the method overriding, right? So method overriding is used to recreate or implement the method in child class which is having the same definition in the parent class, but the implementation will happen as per the child class method, right? And we have also seen the use of super keyword. So thank you for watching this video, guys. We will see some more topic about JavaScript in our coming lectures. Thank you everyone.